I follow Bitcoin with LinkedIn and all the people that are posting about Bitcoin. And well, it's darn near sacrilege to say anything negative about Bitcoin on on LinkedIn. And it feels like everybody's on one side of the market at this point, and there's a lot of cheerleading going on to justify why Bitcoin is so undervalued at this point. One person posted the bearish case would be that Bitcoin only goes up to $150,000 a coin. That was his bearish forecast. Looking at it through the eyes of Drummond geometry and what we just talked about in terms of exhaust setups and things like that, what do you see here? It looks like we might be in the same kind of exhaust setup for a PL dot refresh on the yearly scale.
But there's differences between that and the Nasdaq. So that this is a more bullish scenario than was showing on the Nasdaq, because we're not seeing. Let's see, on the Nasdaq we saw the lower time frame confirming more strongly that the yearly was encountering resistance that was strong. In my opinion, in the Bitcoin charts, we're seeing a little stronger situation. So I am not convinced that we're on the edge of a huge major retracement. Now, I've been wrong many times in my life, and so I don't want to go saying that this is necessarily going to happen, but I think that it's a bullish scenario still.
Yeah, I think the 120 range is where the next target is.
Well, definitely. I think I agree with you.
Well, I guess what I wanted to point out here is we do have this bar in the farther out resistance area, and we can see how strongly the PL dots are pushing up, and we don't see the same kind of exhaust setup much here on the quarterly. The PL dots are still in a nice straight line, still pushing higher, and envelopes are pushing up below. So this magenta lines here, these are the 1-1 zones for the quarterly and the yearly charts. And so, we're in the outer darkness briefly, and then retrace back inside, coming down and finding support down here. There's a monthly PL dot.
Right, but it's stopping at the envelope. The retracements are stopping at the envelope top. They're not going all the way back down to the PL dot. The monthly it does, but on the quarterly it's stopping at the quarterly envelope top and coming back up again.
Yeah, there's
also I see the PL dots on the monthly and quarterly screaming north. The same thing on the yearly. We're not seeing dot swinging, for example.
Yeah.
The way we were on the Nasdaq. That's a big difference, actually.
And I was just pointing out that, with the quarterly envelope top, there's a 5-9 up on the monthly scale. There's the monthly PL dot. There's just an awful lot of support under there. And,
that's right.
And then there's the 5-1, 5-2 combination up here. Again, when you get up into the 120 area. So that would be the spot that I'd start to pay attention.
That would be the first one for sure. On the quarterly, you also have an oncoming 5-9, right? Of course, that may change, but.
Oh yeah, up here. So there's I agree. I think there's a lot of energy pushing Bitcoin higher, and the supply and demand dynamics and how many people are buying Bitcoin these days and how many Bitcoin are available is a bullish. it's a bullish case, but.
Yeah, well, there's a great deal of talk on the bull side and not so much on the bear side, and so it's very dangerous to read the news on this, but it's irresistible for me. So I know it's stupid. I just never ought to open my news feed at all. But to tell you the truth, I don't seem to be able to resist that. So I'm a little susceptible to bullish news on Bitcoin. But I like what the chart says here.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, there's nothing here that's screaming that it's time to short this market. Again, my area to pay attention is up here, and there's going to be a 5.9 next month if things don't change drastically up there. So that 120 area is I guess the sweet spot that I'm looking for.
On the lower time period charts, on the the daily, weekly, monthly, we see it testing this very, very powerful $100,000 level again and again and again, and it's been holding, but it's holding in a weaker way, and the retracements are becoming weaker, and the rallies are becoming a little stronger, and basically it's chewing through all of this resistance, and so it's like a little Pac-Man up there nibbling at this resistance, bite, 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 and every time it rallies up, it takes a little more, it takes a little more. So far the resistance has held, but it isn't holding as strongly as it was. And you see when it gets down to a support level like around 90, it bounces off very quickly. It'll go down and down and down. Everybody starts holding their hair and screaming. And then all of a sudden, the big trader will step in and bang, it goes up with big trades, big trades, big trades. So that's of course, this market is a thin market. It's a small market. It's a small cap market, and consequently, it can be manipulated and it can be pushed around by the bigger traders. Much more so than a really huge market. What's that mean? It means volatility. It also taps into these massive fundamental conditions around the world. So those are bullish, but the market itself is still subject to manipulation, therefore volatility. So it takes a strong set of cojones to just sit tight and not do anything in this market. Let it ride.